I've just done my last exam and it took me 5 hours and 57 minutes to do. I'm shattered. There are some questions I just couldn't do. And I just, though you have to drag boxes into some of them, and I just didn't know. And a few of them, I literally just ran out of time. And I just couldn't find the answers. So I'm done. That's it. Course is finished for now. And the results will be out in about, I think they're in July. So they're end of May now. So it's about a month and a half. And then the results come out. So I'm going to take all my formula sheets, all my bits and bobs down that I had on here, which actually turned out to be really useful because you can't find the stuff fast enough on the course, and you just have to do the best you can, really. So that's it. Done. Hello. Today is results day, and I've got an email saying that the results are in. So I'm just going to log in and we'll see what we've got. Okay. I've passed, which is cool. It's a grade 3 pass. I got 69%. Let's have a look at the individual results. Okay, for my tutor marked assignments, which is what TMA stands for, I got 97%, 88%, 78%, 94%, 97%, 72%, and then for the two combined exams, I got 51.54%, which is half. So that's interesting. And then combined, they make 69%. Okay, that's good. I've passed. Yeah, cool. Slightly frustratingly, that is 1 mark off a level 2 pass. But that's okay. So if you were to put this in, say, grades of A, B, C, and so on, this would be a C. If I'd got 1 mark more, it would have been a B. So I've passed. If any of you are thinking of studying this course, which is S284 with the Open University, think really carefully about it, because I wouldn't say it's really difficult. It is difficult, and you have to know your maths, you have to know a bit of your chemistry and your physics. It's a good course. The coursework was better than the exam. I found the exam frustratingly difficult because every question was a curveball. For example, there was one question that referred to dex. So it gave me a number, say 1.2 dex, and nowhere at all in the course materials does it refer to dex. And if you Google dex, it comes up with a Samsung piece of software. But then I looked at the question and it had some stuff about logarithms and some stuff about ratios as well. So I typed in DEX, logarithms and ratios, and it came up with decimal exponent. And decimal exponent is often used in astronomy. And at no point during the course materials is dex referred to. Now, I think that's a bit unfair, but I know what academia is like. They like to throw things at you. They throw things at you so that they give an air of we know and you don't, which is frustrating as a student because you want to learn. The other thing which is really frustrating is they don't give you the results of the exams. And therefore, if you've made a mistake and you want to find out how to learn from that mistake to improve, you can't, because you don't know. But I suppose that's just the nature of this. It's just really odd. It's a good course. I'm now going to do the planetary science course in September this year. So they do a planetary science course, and then the two combined will give me a university certificate in astronomy and planetary science. If you are thinking of doing this course, there is some work which you can do to prepare for it. So if you go down to entry requirements, it says, are you ready for S284? And if you click on that, there's a whole worksheet here which goes through a bunch of questions to get your brain in the right place. And if you find these questions kind of okay, then you're probably in a really good position to do this course. So really important that you double check that you are in a place where you can actually do this, because it's really hard. And there were some people on the forum for the course who clearly had studied higher level physics and maths, and they just got it straight away and they could just do it, which is great. So I strongly recommend going through this and working your way through some of these questions and some of these formulas. And if you're able to do them without too many problems, and your brain works that way and it's not too difficult, then you probably will thrive on this course, and it's absolutely fine. If you struggle with any of these or the concepts in these, don't do this course. Or do some preparatory work before you do this course. Through the YouTube channel, occasionally I get some comments saying, what do you know? What does this person know? And I felt it was really important to at least have a bit of foundation in astronomy at university level. So this is a year 2 level course. No, it's not a degree in astronomy, but it does give you a reasonable introduction to it. And I think if I'm doing the YouTube stuff, I think it's only right that I have something that proves that I have at least studied a bit of astronomy. I also found this quite difficult because I am dyslexic, and that should not put anyone off. Dyslexia just means it takes you a lot longer to read stuff and to assimilate what's on the page, and also to articulate your answers. I would say for myself, I probably have to double my study time in order to get to a level which is acceptable. That doesn't mean a level that's amazing, that's a level that's acceptable. In other words, to pass. So for me personally, this was quite hard. Many of you will probably find it a lot easier. For the coursework, for the tutor marked assignments, they're okay. They're quite good. You can do those within the period of time they give you, and also you can do your research and get the answers you want. For the exam, it's really frustrating because if your brain works in the way that they've written the exam, you'll thrive at it. But you can see, even from my results, where I was getting 90s, 80s and 70s for all of my tutor marked assignments, and then I only got 51% for the actual exam. So clearly, the exam does not work for me. And I know, because I put in a huge number of hours studying, that I couldn't have done any better in that exam. And it's an open book exam, so you have your books open. So clearly there's a disconnect between the coursework, for me this is, between the coursework and how the exam works. The other thing which they kind of said throughout the whole course, they kept saying, do have a go at these things. So basically, particularly the exams, they said you must attempt at least one of the 2 exams, which suggests to me that many people start this course thinking, astronomy, yeah, that would be amazing. And then they realise it's actually reasonably difficult, and they don't do all the coursework. Every other email from them said, do have a go, as if to suggest many people won't have a go. Which also suggests to me that a lot of people find this course quite difficult. And I really sympathise, because it is difficult, although there are people out there who will find it easy. About a week ago, I received this email, which is from the OU course leader, and it's a bit weird because it's almost like a report that you'd send to your boss rather than to students. So it is really odd, and I'm not going to read it all. You guys can probably read this anyway. But it's kind of saying that is a disclaimer that you guys performed relatively well, and it's as we expected. And there's one sentence here which is a bit strange. It says, the module team were also impressed by the number of you that attempted either or both parts of the online exam, even in some cases where not all the tutor-marked assignments have been completed. So that sentence confirms that some people don't complete both parts of the exam and some people don't do all of the tutor-marked assignments. Now, I know that some people, because of personal circumstances, might not be in a position to do all of those. Childcare, issues with work, etc., etc. You may not have the ability to have the time to dedicate to this, and I totally understand that. But I think also I get the impression from the team that some people try this thinking, yeah, I'll do astronomy, and find it really tough. And it is tough. It really is. I had to put in a lot of hours to get to my pass. There we go. I've passed my astronomy level 2 course with the Open University, and I'll probably do one more coming up, and then I'm not sure that my family will tolerate me doing any more, but we'll see. But it would be good to do another one, I think. There's a planetary science and the search for life course, and this course and that course together give you a university certificate in astronomy and planetary science, which I'd quite like to achieve. There we go. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, everyone. See you soon.